Happy Monday, family. How y'all doing? This is Ryan Jackson from Ryan Jackson LLC. Hope y'all had a blessed and wonderful weekend, and I hope you're having a blessed and wonderful day as well. You know what they say about Mondays, but we're not going to even put that into the universe. But for some reason, if you're not having a good day or if things aren't going the way they should be going for you, always remember, tough times don't last, tough people do. Put your hope and trust and faith in Allah God, and He will see you through. I could definitely bear witness to that. Speaking of which, Ramadan Mubarak, Ramadan Mubarak to all the believers out there. This is our fasting season, and I hope that you all have a happy and blessed Ramadan. Ramadan Mubarak, Ramadan Kareem. Have a happy and blessed Ramadan. With that being said, today, yes, the first day of Ramadan officially. We're fasting now. This is my second straight year of observing Ramadan, and I really look forward to it because it's a time of reflection and it's a time of great sacrifice. We all should reflect and sacrifice at times and just think of God's blessings. We shouldn't use Ramadan to do it, but this is a specific time for people. We know we have life is life, and we have our daily lives. We working, we starting businesses. We have a lot of us, are doing stuff with our businesses, doing stuff on our jobs, with families, what so have you. And we just kind of like lose focus, so to speak. So Ramadan is a chance to refocus. That's what I look at it as a chance to regain focus, and it's a blessed time. This morning, 2 o'clock my time, 5 o'clock Eastern. This morning, Minister, the Honorable Minister was Farrakhan gave an address. It was a brief address, about maybe 20. I think it was about 20, 25 minutes on the Ummah Reflects podcast on the NOI.org website. The minister's speech address was telling us to remember and keep in prayer our brothers and sisters in Palestine and the West Bank, fellow Muslims. They're suffering over there. As you guys have been seeing in the news for the past 5 months, Israel has put out an all-out genocide against Muslims in the West Bank and on the Gaza Strip. They have gone all out. They have even Netanyahu have even said that there will not be a ceasefire during Ramadan. There will not be a ceasefire during Ramadan. This is our holy month. These devils, the Israeli government, they can't even give them the respect and decency to observe their holy month. They are still going to continue their aerial attacks on the West Bank. And the minister told us, he asked us this morning on the Umar Reflects podcast to keep those brothers and sisters over there, keep them in prayer, keep them in our thoughts. He said, do not take for granted the fact that you know where your next meal is coming from, because many of them do not. They don't know if they'll be able to get a piece of bread, a cup of fresh, clean water. They don't know where their meal is coming from. So he asked us not to take it for granted, not to take it for granted, to remember those brothers and sisters over there um, in the West Bank and Gaza Strip, to keep him to have empathy for him, keep him in our prayers, and to also be grateful for our blessings, to not forget, lest it be us. He told us this. I'm going to adhere to it because what's going on in Israel, what they're doing to the Palestinians, is just all out. It's just a crime against God, a crime against humanity. And our government, while giving aid to the Palestinians, are also giving money to Israel to buy more weapons to bomb these people, to kill them. So we play in both sides of the fence. Oh, well, we got to give humanitarian aid to Palestine. We want to show the world that we care, that we care. But at the same time, we want to show Israel that we're her allies. So we're going to give them some money. We've been giving them money for since 1948. Look that up. Since Israel became a state, a separate state, 1948, the American government, the U.S. government, has been giving them billions of dollars since the Harry Truman administration. That's right. So we continue the money flow. We want to give aid to Palestine to let the world see, well, we care. You know what's going on. It's just wrong. Let's just send them some aid. Let's have the Air Force drop off, boxes of food, you know, bottles of water. Let the world see that we care about them. But at the same time, hey Israel, we ain't forgot about you, baby. We're gonna break you off. We're gonna break you off. Hit the like button, hit that like button, smash that like button down, hit the subscribe button so you get notifications on the new videos on here. But we're playing both sides. Instead of putting sanctions on Israel, putting sanctions on them until they stop what they're doing. Have the world, the US, Great Britain, France, Canada, Italy, Germany, all the major, Australia, all the major players in the world, have them collectively put sanctions on Israel. We're not going to trade with Israel. But they won't do that. They will not do that. Have you wondered why? Why will the US government and her allies not join together and put sanctions on Israel? Because the Zionists, these Zionists have power, especially here in the US. They run the media. They run Hollywood, our entertainment industry. They run sports. They run, I said the media, yeah, the television and newspaper, print media. They control the banks. That's a big one. The financial institutions are controlled by Zionists. This isn't hate speech. This is true speech. This is the truth. They control the banks, the financial institutions. They control the media, print, social media, television. They control sports. They control Hollywood, entertainment. They're control political arena. A lot of them are in the Senate, in the House of Representatives, in government. So of course, so this is why the United States government would not put sanctions on Israel. And even in Great Britain, they're in the media there, as they are here, in Canada, in Australia, in Germany and Italy. Oh, they have control around the globe, not just here in the US, but around the globe. Don't be naive to think that they don't, because they do. This is why the major players on the planet will not join together collectively to put sanctions against the Israeli government. Not Netanyahu knows that he has the United States and her allies by the nuts, by the balls. Excuse me for being so graphic, but just being honest here. So excuse me for that. But he got him by the testicles, and they're gonna kowtow to him. Could you imagine if the West Bank, if the Palestinians had nuclear weapons, if they had the artillery that Israel had, and they rained terror on Israel like Israel's doing to them? Would the world come together and put sanctions on Palestine, on the West Bank? You damn skippy they would, because an ally has been attacked. We gotta stick with the Jews. We gotta stick with Israel. Israel, they're the chosen people. You have to. I don't think people realize the history about this. This has been going on since 1948, 76 years, almost 80 years now. I don't think people know the history behind this, know where this stems from. Ever since Israel became a separate state, it's been nothing but hell for the West Bank, the Gaza Strip, because Israel wants to take over that land. They want to wipe the Palestinians off the face of the earth by any means necessary. They're bombing hospitals. That's supposedly a violation of the Geneva Code of Conventions. Which no, let's be honest, the United States doesn't adhere to that. No nation adheres to that. That's why it's a joke. Because in the Geneva Code of Conventions, you're not supposed to bomb hospitals, churches, synagogues, mosques. You're not supposed to bomb any of those um, institutions, schools, homes, because where civilians are at, you're not non-combatants. You're not supposed to bomb these areas. But we know that no one adheres to that. The United States doesn't adhere to it. The United States has bombed villages. They bombed neighborhoods. Look at what all the bombing campaign they did during our Iraqi war, in Afghanistan, in Korea, in Vietnam. I could go on and on and on. So this Geneva Code of Conventions, it's a joke, because when has the United States been brought to the Hague, the international court? That's the Hague. When has the United States government been brought before the Hague? But they want to bring Saddam Hussein, uh, those Nazi soldiers who were taking command from Adolf Hitler. They want to bring them on before the Hague and execute them, have them executed. People in glass houses shouldn't throw stones. I'm going to repeat that again. People in glass houses shouldn't throw stones. And this government lives in a glass house and loves to throw boulders, roll them down the road, throw bricks. They love to do that. Be careful. Be careful, United States. Be careful. Because those bricks could come back and be thrown back at you. Just be careful. But the minister asked us, to how can we celebrate Ramadan How can we be so joyous and celebrating when we got people, our fellow Muslims, brothers and sisters in the faith, suffering day in and day out, day in and day out, being bombed, being annihilated, can't find food, can't find clean, fresh water. He said, keep them in prayer, keep them in your thoughts. Don't forget about them. Don't take your blessings for granted. That's what the minister asked us and urged us to do this morning. And I want to ask and urge all Muslims, but not just Muslims, but people of all faiths are suffering. Christians, those who follow Judaism, wherever your faith is, don't forget about those who are suffering in Palestine. Also, also, not just Palestine, don't forget about those who are suffering here, our fellow brothers and sisters here in this country. Don't forget about them because many of us are in dire straits. We don't know a lot. There are a lot of those among us who don't know where their next meal is coming from, who are not getting fresh and clean water. Our water here in the United States isn't the best, i.e., Flint, Michigan, i.e., Jackson, Mississippi. So let's not forget about those here. Do not take for granted Allah's blessings. Do not take them for granted because we could be in that same situation. So don't forget about our brothers and sisters in Palestine. Don't. Pray for them. Pray for peace. Pray that Allah will just give them the strength to carry on and to just take care of their families, to take care of their sick loved ones, to eat a decent meal, to drink a clean, fresh cup of water in Palestine and as here as well, here in this country, in your city or town where you live in. Pray for those too. Pray for Palestine, but pray for the people here as well. Don't forget about home. But sanctions need to be brought against that devil government of Israel's. Netanyahu is a devil, and the United States government is supporting a devil. But you know what they say? Birds of the same birds of the feather flock together. Well, United States government is a devil. Government's a devil. The British government's a devil. The French government's a devil. The German government's a devil. The Italian government's a devil. The Australian government's a devil. The Canadian government's a devil. So a bunch of devils supporting a fellow devil. That's what it is. And God's judgment will fall upon those who prey on the desolate and the poor, those who aren't able to defend themselves. God's judgment will come upon you and have mercy on you. Have mercy on you when Allah's judgment comes to your doorstep. Hit that thumbs up button, smash that thumbs up button down. Hit the subscribe button so you get notifications on the new videos on here. I'm gonna hop off of here on this note, but let's remember our fellow brothers and sisters around the world, fellow brothers, Muslim brothers and sisters. our brothers and sisters in the Christian faith, our brothers and sisters in the Judaism faith, of all faiths. Let's remember them and just pray for God's peace and blessings during this holy month of Ramadan. Share this video, share it. Let's have a conversation. Drop your comments below. Let me know what you think. Again, I love y'all and continue to support my YouTube channel and my podcast. I'm working on having more content, doing interviews, whatso have you. So I thank you for your patience. So please, please support your brother. And I thank you for your love and your support because I cannot do it without y'all. Brothers and sisters, y'all be safe. Be safe during this holy month of Ramadan and any other time, other than Ramadan. But just be safe. Be safe. Beware and be aware. So next time, I love y'all. God bless and take care. Assalamu alaikum.